my friends, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm sharing with you 15 must-try Christmas DIYs, decor ideas of 2022 for your tier tray. We've got tons of gingerbread inspiration here, as well as a few other ones sprinkled in. I love decorating tier trays. I love creating stuff for tier trays. Gingerbread theme is in my kitchen, so naturally I gravitated to this, and this is all from Dollar Tree materials, and they are very budget friendly. So we are going to start off with making some toppers for my mugs. So I have the one mug, this one that I purchased that at Home Sense, but that's not a DIY. I'm just using it to display my toppers. And the middle one I thrifted and DIY'd last year, and then the small one is from the dollar store. All the little embellishments are from, actually Dollar Tree has a great cookie decorating stuff for Christmas this year, at least the one by my house. So you might want to check it out if you're looking for like mini gingerbreads or some stars and sprinkles and things like that. And then I have the little wood cutout shapes that came from Dollar Tree. And then I have a whole bunch of different candies, Christmas candies that you can purchase at Dollar Tree as well. I happen to have them on hand. That I'm going to add some glitter and some snowflakes as well. I was originally going to use a Ziploc bag and some cake decorating ends for cake decorating, but it didn't quite work out, which you will see in a minute. And then you also need some parchment paper, and then you need a spackle. Now I'm using this one because spackling, because this is what I had on hand from our renovations. There are different ones. There are I guess drier ones. This one did take about 3 days to dry, so just keep that in mind. So the first thing that I did is I just cut out I traced out my mugs, the tops of the mugs, like the openings, and then I cut out a little bit bigger, probably about 10 centimeters bigger around, just so I have a bigger surface to pipe the spackling onto. And then the circle that I traced out kind of acts as a guide of where the opening is for that mug. So you want to go a little bit bigger than that, so that way this can sit right on top. So I did this, repeated this process for all 3 mugs. And this is just, the parchment paper comes right off of this. So you don't want to put it on a surface that it might get too sticky, and then your little cake topper will break. So the parchment paper worked really well for this. So once they were all cut out, I did add them onto a piece of cardboard. I just taped the parchment paper circles onto it. This is because I knew I was going to need to move it from off my table and put it somewhere safe to dry. And I didn't want to be lifting the parchment paper because it would have not worked. So you could tape this to a tray or any other more solid surface, so you can easily move it to a place where it will need time to dry. Then I went ahead and I put the little piping thing into the Ziploc bag, cut a piece off, so that way it comes through. I did take long time ago a cake decorating course, and let me tell you, I wasn't born to be a cake decorator, so this did not work very well for me. I think the spackling was a little too thick. So then I went ahead and did not love the way that worked out, and I did find a Wilton bag, and I cut a little bit of a smaller tip and then filled that up, and this actually worked quite well. Probably could have done the same thing with another Ziploc bag. I just had these Wilton bags near me instead of going upstairs to pick up the Ziploc bag. That was the only reason. So this, as you can see, worked really well, and you just want to keep on layering until you decide the height that you want. This will flatten a little bit as it dries, so I suggest if you want to have it pretty high, make sure you do it high enough, because it will flatten a little bit. So once I had piped out all 3 of them, I proceeded in decorating them with all the little embellishments I had. This obviously is up to you how you want to decorate it. You can just leave it as is, so it just looks like whipped cream. You can add even some chocolate chips on top of it, anything. Just so you know, whatever you put on while it's wet, the color will bleed off of it. So if you're doing candies or anything like that, they will bleed a little bit, which is okay, because I mean, they would bleed on the whipped cream as well. So I just went ahead and I had some gingerbread theme. I had some just a winter theme, and just one with the snowman and mini bottle brush trees. And I just love the way this turned out. Like I said, just keep in mind, it does take good 48 hours to dry, and it was still a little bit because this one will dry white, so it was still a little bit pink on the edges when I proceeded to add them to the mugs, but they were solid enough that I could have moved them. So here they are, how they look on top of the mugs. And as you can see, my red one, so the Santa Claus one, it did flatten up quite a bit. But I do love the way these looks, and you can make them for any season. So now I'm going on to my 4th DIY, because those were 3 of them, 3 different ones that I made. And this one is so simple. I am obsessed with alpine trees this year, and I wanted to create a mini one that I can use on my tier tray. I am cutting these branches from Dollar Tree just into various sizes, and then I'm going to glue them in a line. But you want to kind of start them halfway through the stick, because if you know alpine trees, they do show a bottom of the tree bare with no branches quite a bit. So that is what I was trying to recreate. And then you just bend the branches down, and voila, you can also add some onto the other side, so the tree is a little bit fuller. I knew I was going to put mine on a tier tray that nobody's going to see the back, so I did not do that, but you can 100% do that. You can also flock it a little bit with some white paint. And that's it. Super simple. I think it looks great on a tier tray or you can make them different sizes and use them on different areas of your home to decorate. So moving on to the next DIY, I picked up this star garland at Dollar Tree, and then I just cut it in half, and I spray painted one with white chalk paint and one with black chalk paint. You can also get really creative and spray paint them with red and white. You can tape up some of them and paint them different colors, so you alternate the color you're spray painting them. I just really wanted them black and white because I have other plans for the multicolored ones for a different DIY, which you will just have to tune in next time to see what I do. But I am using a lot of black decor this year in my home, so I wanted to have a little garland to put on my tier tray that was black and some white. So I love the way this turned out. I think it looks really cute and super inexpensive. $1.25 is what it cost me to make these 2 little garlands. So next is a DIY that I'm sure you guys have seen many DIYers do. I just took these little houses from Dollar Tree and spray painted them white. You can spray paint them black. You can spray paint them any color to fit your style. These colorful houses aren't my style, but once I added some chalk paint to them, spray chalk paint to them. They sure turned out to be my style. These were actually musical, so not musical. They turned on the lights, but one of them wasn't working. That's what I was trying to figure out. But if they do end up working, I think that's gonna look even better if you light them up. So this did take about 3 coats. Now I did have a follower that suggested to add Mod Podge first and then spray paint. They will go better. However, I did see that comment after I spray painted mine. So, but I think they look really good with some greenery and on a tray. So moving on, this one is super simple, super easy. I had picked up these Wish, Merry, and Joy. It's a set of felt words from Dollar Tree. I was going to originally use them as stamps, which you totally could still, because there's a set of 2 in each. And then I'm just using Joy for this DIY and the little white mug. And I'm going to just hot glue the word Joy onto it. I am not going to be drinking out of this mug. I would not recommend doing this if you are going to be drinking out of it. But this is strictly for my tier tray, and I love the way it looks with the topper. You know, the window clings are all the rage. Last year they were mostly, I don't think I've seen too many people use them this year, but I picked up this set of gingerbread ones and I decided to use both. There is these which are window clings, and then I also have the puffy ones which were in the same set. So I had this wood round cut up. Actually, my friend cut these out for me, and I just gave it light coat of white paint, and then I just took it off. I just needed a little bit of a lighter backing. I added a gingerbread house to it, Mod Podged it on, underneath and on top, and voila, that was it. Super easy, and I think it looks really, really nice. I am a tad bit obsessed with gingerbread things for my kitchen, and I think with the new kitchen and how white it is, all these bright colored gingerbread decor pieces will look really good in there. Still using the window cling, I have this glass votive candle holder. I think this one came from IKEA, but you can definitely buy them at Dollar Tree as well. And I just added the little ginger snaps and candies onto it, and I think it just looks really cute with some white candle, and again, it looks really nice on a tray. I'm not planning on lighting this candle, but you can 100% add a battery operated candle. I think that would look even better. Now I have these square wood pieces from Dollar Tree, and I'm painting it white again just to give it a nice background, a brighter background, so that way these window clings will pop. So I am adding the little mug with the gingerbread, so hot cocoa. I think this will go great with my toppers for the mug. And I felt at this time that it wasn't quite complete. I felt like it needed a border, so I just took a brush and drew 4 lines around with a brown paint to create a border. Again, one of those really simple, easy DIYs, and again, another thing that looks really good on a tier tray. Do you guys ever use these little frames? They're for painting. I used to buy them all the time for daycare kids to paint, but if you flip them around, it's an actually nice frame and canvas all in one. You can stain the frame if you want. I'm keeping my frames natural because I like the way it goes with the new decor, but some of the drawing on the other side shows through, so I'm just adding a piece of printer paper on the bottom of it, so that way it blocks some of that leaking through. And I'm just going to Mod Podge it on. However, the brush that I took had a little bit of red on it, so I took a clean brush, Mod Podged it on, and then I'm going to actually paint, so I'm not leaving it natural. It's the other one that I'm leaving natural. So I did paint this one red. Now I would maybe suggest you do this before you add the white paper on it, so you can paint the inside. So I'm just painting the outside and the top of it. I did not paint the inside just because I already glued the white piece of paper onto it. So but if you want the inside painted as well, I would suggest you do it first before you add the paper to it. And then I'm just going to Mod Podge a little gingerbread on it, and that's it. I think this looks so cute. I just love the way it turned out. And now for another framed DIY. So this is just a little frame that I picked up at Dollar Tree. This one does not have anything on the other side, and this is the one that I will keep natural wood. And you could totally stain it, paint it, do whatever you want with it. And then using the back of the calendar, which I did not see this year, these calendars at our Dollar Tree yet, so I'm just going to Mod Podge one of the little Christmas tree squares from December onto it, and that's it. Little cute frame, and I think it looks really nice, again, for a tray, because it's so nice, cute, and mini. And then for my another DIY, I am using these Merry Christmas banners, wood banners that I picked up at Dollar Tree again, and they do have holes, so they all the little dots are holes, and then the word is see-through as well. So I'm painting this with Christmas red acrylic paint, and then just blowing the paint out so that way it's not drying out and closing up the holes. The reason for this is because I am going to be adding some printer paper on the back of it, so that way the words and the little holes pop out, because if I just left them kind of open, the words wouldn't really pop out. This makes them pop out, so when they're on a tray you can really see them nicely. So I just traced another banner onto the paper, cut it out to size a little bit smaller than what I had traced on, and then I'm just going to Mod Podge it on. Again, you want to blow out the Mod Podge, so it would probably dry clear, but just in case, and tape that on, glue that on, and then that's it. You can add Mod Podge on top if you'd like, or you can just leave it as is. And now for the last few DIYs, I am using these, I don't even know what these are called. They came with the cling, window clings, but they are puffy. So I'm taping them onto the back of the cardboard, and this cardboard came from the inside of the calendar. And the reason for this is just to create a bit of a sturdier sign, I guess, that I'm creating with these, but I'm just taping them on. You can also use some hot glue and glue them on to make sure that they don't come apart if you would like to do that. And then I'm going to cut them out, and that is it. This is a great filler to use for your trays. They stand up because they're on cardboard quite well, just leaning up against something. You could even add them to like some chipboard that you can cut out. They would maybe even stand up better, or you can even glue them on to a stand. While I would still suggest you add them to the cardboard, so that way you have a clean background. You can buy doubles and glue them together, so that way you have a nice look on both sides. I mean, the possibilities are endless, and like I said, these are great fillers for the tier tray. And being that they're a gingerbread theme, they will look fabulous with mine. Well, I hope you guys had enjoyed these quick and easy DIYs. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share the video if you think there's someone else that would like to see it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. And I will see you all in my next video. Thank you all so much for watching.